Hey, this is a short video for Unit 2 SOR, that's Study of Religion over here in Australia, and we are looking and focusing on rituals. So this video just serves as a quick introduction. It starts off with a few different quotes and definitions, which you can look at in your own time. Just pause the video as and when you need to. What I want to talk about is this and then my own introduction to ritual. So rituals generally communicate on two levels. It's between a person and their God or their higher power or a spiritual being, and between individuals and fellow believers. There are a number of theorists and thinkers who talk about this in greater detail, and I will look at them in future videos. To begin with, I want to look at Ninian Smart and his 7 dimensions of religion. We don't often talk about it much anymore in modern study of religion since 2019, but I think it's worthwhile here at the beginning of our unit on rituals. So Ninian Smart said that religions often share a series of dimensions which can be used to classify something as a religion. This is not an exhaustive list, but he started it with the experiential dimension, which is the letter E here. The idea is that a person has an experience. They experience the divine, have a numinous experience, meaning otherworldly or out there. It's something to do with God. It can be the beginning of their faith journey, the beginning of a religion. When they have these experiences, they naturally tell other people about it. These become stories. It's the narrative dimension or the mythological dimension. But be careful with your definition of the word mythological. Essentially, it's just the stories of the experiences of people. Once we have these two things, we find in history that people reenact these stories and experiences through ritual. So we have an experience, we tell people about it, and then we ritualize the experience. And that ritual itself becomes another experience. And so this thing goes around in a circle or a cycle. We experience, we tell stories, we ritualize it. We experience the ritual, we tell stories, we ritualize it. From the mythological and the ritual, from the sacred texts and the things we do in religion, comes doctrine. Doctrine is when the religions get together and they say, this is what we believe. This is a statement of the stories we believe, I'm pointing in the wrong direction, and the rituals that we partake in. From these doctrines, we get ethics, the way in which we should live our lives. And we also build societal structures, and these go around in a cycle as well. So we start off with experiences, we mythologize them, we reenact rituals. From these things, we get doctrines, a list of ethics, and a way of living life in society. Outside of this, Ninian Smart said that there's also the material dimension. These are the symbols and the other things that go towards the physical representations of a religion. So how does it work with ritual? Well, rituals can either be life cycle rituals or calendrical rituals. They either mark a passage of time in a person's life, a transition from one stage to another, or they are celebrations, or they are worship, or they take place at a specific time. We have to, when we look at rituals, think about the function and the purpose of them. What is the ritual achieving and why is it achieving it? And these are the two terms that I alluded to earlier, exegetical and operational. It's really important that you use tier 3 vocabulary in study of religion. I always tell my students that it's actually lazy, but it's great because you're using less words, but they mean more things. So exegetical is subjective. It is the experience of the person performing the ritual. They are the person in the ritual. It is their point of view. Operational is objective. It is observed, or that which is observed from the outsider. And it can be the purpose of ritual in society. So a good little exercise is to define the term ritual in your own words without looking at notes, and note that there is no, that way, letter S, define ritual. And in the other videos, I will look at people like Arnold van Gennep and Victor Turner and Terence Lovett, and we'll analyze some rituals as well. Cheers. Don't know how to stop recording. There it is.